everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And here today we are starting a brand new series called the Irish Duo, and mainly we're just going to be talking about the Notre Dame Fighting Irish when it comes to football. And Mondays or Tuesdays, possibly, we will be doing a post-game show for the Notre Dame game that is usually on a Saturday. And then later in the week, Thursday, maybe even a Friday, we will be doing a preview to the next upcoming game for Notre Dame. So stay tuned on the channel. Crazy things are about to happen. Some cool videos, episodes to teach you about college football. We're going to be doing some playoff predictions when it comes closer to that. And then also, as you can see from 2 days ago, my reaction video to the Notre Dame game, I'll also be doing that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy today's video. And let's just get started. So,
Aiden, this was such a big victory this past weekend against Michigan. And I'm just curious to ask you, what do you think was the significance of this win? The most important part of this win, what would you say?
Well, a big thing is that Notre Dame, not just this season, but overall, they really needed this win. And especially, Brian Kelly, he's not been doing incredible for Notre Dame, but he's been winning some good games and having some big seasons. But lately, the past 2-3 years, he hasn't really been able to win a big critical game to keep the Notre Dame Fighting Irish going on the season. So this is a big win, but I have some stats that show that he really needed this win. It was a huge win for him, as he is 14-17 against ranked opponents at Notre Dame. At primetime games, he is 13-10, but 3-7 in those games versus ranked opponents. And a side note for Michigan fans, if you're watching this, Jim Harbaugh, your coach, is 11-14 versus ranked opponents at Stanford and Michigan combined.
Yeah, so this was a significant victory for Kelly. I think he really needed this to start off the season, and I think we're in for a special treat this season. Notre Dame had the discipline, the physicality, aggressiveness in this game. And just for me, the significance of this win was not just for the players on the field, but for the recruits. We have a top 15 recruiting class for 2019, and we brought in a boatload of recruits and commits as well from the 2019 class, 2020, and 2021 class. And these students, these high school students, came in and they were able to experience college game day, the players walk, warm-ups on the field, also at Notre Dame with the tradition, with the academics, the faith perspective. But what these recruits really want to see is a title contender. So a significant part to me was just being in front of all these recruits. Notre Dame's football team came out ready to play and won this game. And I just thought this speaks volumes to recruits when you go into prime time, under the lights, college game day, and you pull out the victory. So this was significant not only for Coach Kelly, the Notre Dame players and staff, but for these upcoming recruits who are really looking into Notre Dame. And I also wanted to talk to you today about what was most impressive about this win. We shared about how significant it was, but just watching the game and thinking back to Saturday, what stood out to you the most in this game?
Well, the big performance for me was obviously the Notre Dame offense. They looked pretty good. Second half didn't look that great, but in the first half, Chris Fink caught it. That was just an amazing catch. I just jumped up. Yeah, he took it, for two Michigan defenders right in front. That was awesome. Not if you're a Michigan fan, though. But Brandon Wimbush really showed a lot of improvement coming from last year. A lot of people didn't really think he'd be that great. Definitely not a good passer. People thought he'd be a great runner, which he showed that he could run, as usual. But he also showed that he could pass the ball this game, which that really helped people believe in him more and, gives me and a lot of other Notre Dame fans confidence that we could, maybe be something big this year. So some stats that Wimbush had, he was 12 for 22 with 170 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 reception. So let me repeat that. 12 of 22, 170 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. And, of course, he had some rushing yards. He had 59 rushing yards. And another thing that stood out to me was 12 of those completions, 7 of them were completed to different receivers. So it just shows that he doesn't just focus on one guy. He throws to different people. And that really can help your offense and people, care more and improve their game. The biggest thing that stood out to me about Notre Dame's offense, and especially Brandon Wimbush, was Michigan. Last year, don't get mad at me for saying last year, but they were a top 5 ranked defense ranked by ESPN and all those big names. Top 5 defense, and they only lost 2 starters on their defense coming into this year. So really, their defense, maybe top 10 now, but that's still really good. First game of the year, only, even scoring 24 points. 24. That's still pretty good against a very good Jim Harbaugh coach defense. Really impressive to me.
Yeah, and ESPN put out the best players for the upcoming season, and in the top 25, there were a number of Michigan players. Bush and Gary were up there, 2 standouts for Michigan's defense. So I agree with you. I think Brandon Wimbush played against a great defense, played well, was poised, made smart decisions, wasn't afraid to take some chances down the field. And the other thing that was impressive to me was the defense. You have Clark Lee here, who was under Mike Elko at Wake Forest, and then last year at Notre Dame, we all know Elko departed. So Clark Lee, first year in his role as defensive coordinator, 36 years old. Let me repeat, 36 years old, under the lights, Notre Dame Stadium, bringing back this rivalry against Michigan, and he calls such a great game. Drew up a number of different blitz packages, was making Shea Patterson uncomfortable, and again, this was a quarterback who was highly sought after in high school, and Shea Patterson went to Ole Miss, lit it up there, and then transfers to Michigan, and top 25 player coming into this season, one of the top 25 players in the whole country, and Clark Lee dialed up play calls, blitzes, and all of this to win this game. And I thought he did such a fabulous job. A couple things that stood out to me about their defense. Michigan, 58 rushing yards on 33 attempts. Let me repeat that. Did you hear that? 58 rushing yards on 33 attempts. Great job by the front 7 of Notre Dame. They also had 3 sacks, 7 tackles for a loss, the interception by Julian Okora, and then what a fitting way to end this game, right? Mm-hmm. Khalid Kareem, Jerry Tillery bust through the line. They put pressure, force a fumble, and then Tavon Coney picks it up to seal the ND victory. So what an exciting win. It's going to be a special season, signature win, game time under the lights, game day, all of that. Such a special win. Now, we're going to preview, as you said, the game against Ball State on Thursday or Friday of this upcoming week. And I want the viewers to know this number, 652, going into this Ball State versus Notre Dame game Saturday. 652. If you know what that number is, feel free to comment below, but we're going to be talking about that number as we preview Notre Dame versus Ball State coming up this Saturday. Should be another fun game. Hopefully Wimbush and the defense comes out ready to play and go 2-0 and keep going up in these rankings. I'm hoping that they're a top 10 team, hopefully about 7th or 8th coming into this game against Ball State.
Yes, sir. And I just wanted to say XX Tentacion forever. Thank you for the sub. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. It's going to be like this. It's going to be like a 10 to 15 minute stream, just a little show. I know you guys might ask, why don't you just do it, a recording if it's just 10, 15 minutes long? But we do it live just to make you guys feel more like it's actually happening. Like, a TV show, ESPN, PTI, First Take, whatever. Those are all live, and we thought, well, maybe it would be better to do something live, even if it was something short, just to, sum up the game from Saturday against the big Michigan team that we got the victory. And then, as we said, on Thursday, midweek around, we will be doing a preview to the Ball State game on week 2. And later on into the season, what is it, week 8 against Florida State at 7:30. It's a night game. We're actually going to the game, so I'm going to be vlogging that. So I hope you guys enjoy that. That'll be pretty cool to see the Notre Dame tradition. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this stream. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell so you know whenever we put out that preview stream and also Fortnite content. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.